Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm your host, Tommy Cresta. For the first half of this episode, it is just going to be me. And then, once we get to the A Night of the Seven Kingdoms episode review, Ryan will join me. But for the first half, I'm going to continue my weekly breakdown things I'm going to try and do every week. I'm really going to try and be consistent with this. But I saw 3 films this week, and those were Send Help by Sam Raimi, The Wrecking Crew starring Jason Momoa, and Dave Bautista, and I saw Shelter, the new Jason Statham film, where, yes, if you couldn't guess, he kills a bunch of people, and it was a lot of fun. But these 3 films were all enjoyable. I had a good time with all 3 of them, and I will say I was kind of shocked with which one turned out to be my favorite. But before we get too far into that, make sure to go like and subscribe on YouTube. Make sure to follow us on all the social media accounts, the Popcorn Pod, Tommy_Cresta, Ferran_12. And follow us on TikTok. It's the Popcorn_Pod. And it's the Popcorn Pod Gaming. I think that's all of our social media handles. But yeah, make sure to follow us on all of that. We're so thankful for all the support you guys have been giving us recently. We work really hard on the show. We plan it out. We try and give you guys something engaging and fun to watch every single week. But without further ado, here are my reviews for each of those films. And we're going to be starting off with probably the most prominent one, and that is Send Help, directed by Sam Raimi, starring Dylan O'Brien and Rachel McAdams. There's a few other side characters, but for the most part, it is these 2 actors stranded on an island after a plane crash goes down. And a quick synopsis is an employee and her insufferable boss become stranded on a deserted island, the only survivors of a plane crash, and there they must overcome past grievances. This film was a lot of fun. It is currently sitting, I'm blocking it with my camera. It's currently set at 7.3 out of 10 IGN, a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes. I said IGN, I meant IMDb. It is sitting at 87 on Fandango, 87 on Google, and let's see this bright light hit my face. That is great. And it has an 87% audience score. I think this film under-delivers with what I thought could have been a really, really cool film. I'm also thinking I'm just not the biggest Sam Raimi fan. And that's coming from someone who loves The Evil Dead 2, and Army of Darkness. I think that and Spider-Man are fantastic. But I didn't like Doctor Strange, I didn't like this, and I really don't like Drag Me to Hell. I think 3 films that just don't work for me. They might work for a lot of other people, it seems like it is, and that makes me very happy to see people go into the theaters and supporting such an iconic filmmaker. However, this movie is one of the weirdest reviewed movies for me I've probably done in a long time, because it's not great, it's not bad, and it's not good. And I think I said it's not great. It's weird because there's scenes where I'm like, this is really, really well made. It's well acted. The cinematography is working for me. But then there's other scenes where I just didn't understand why it was so poorly done. There's a scene with a boar in this movie. It is one of the worst visual effects scenes I've seen in a long time. I know this film didn't have as big of a budget, so I know that comes into play. But when you're watching a Sam Raimi film, you're kind of expecting a little bit more. Danny Elfman's score was very kind of mediocre for me. It didn't stand out to any of his other incredible scores that he's done on so many different films. I think Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien's chemistry was very good. They were very believable in both their roles. I have loved Rachel McAdams since The Notebook, and Dylan O'Brien is just an icon to me. I think he's great in The Maze Runner, and I just can't wait to see him in more and more stuff. I'm fan casting you. You need to play Nightwing. I'm sold on the idea of you being the Nightwing of the DC universe, or someone in that universe. I would really like to see Nightwing, but can't always get what we want. And I think the standouts for this are the performances. I think that's where this movie really thrives. I feel like I don't want to take away. Sam Raimi's a very talented director. I just don't think his movies work for me, as I just said. But it feels like that this story kind of just loses itself. It kind of at times felt boring. It felt very long to me with the runtime that we had, which I think was only an hour or so. Not an hour. It's an hour and 54 minutes. And to me, it felt like close to the 220 kind of runtime. It really dragged for me in certain parts. And I think the story just got a little bit jumbled up towards the end. I felt like that it finds its footing in that second act, and that's where the best part of the movie is. I felt like the beginning wasn't great, ending wasn't very good, wasn't great to me. I feel like the middle of the part of the movie, though, was really enjoyable. I felt the tension. You feel the comedy really works for me throughout this movie. It just, all in all, kind of felt at times stale, and I think that's my biggest takeaway from this movie. But if you love Dylan O'Brien, if you love Rachel McAdams, you're really going to enjoy watching them. They're having so much fun in this movie. You can tell from the beginning how much of a great time they had together making it. You can see it from the press tour. I really, really want to see both of them in more stuff. I feel like I haven't seen Rachel McAdams a lot recently either. But Dylan O'Brien, I think he's the standout of this because he's playing that asshole, got given something because of his father, and you just know those kind of people, and he plays it so well. But then you see the humility in him, like who he is as a person. You learn more about him as the story goes, and I think it's a really interesting story. And seeing them go from she's so kind and nice and just a good person, he's him, just an asshole, and you slowly see them meet more in the middle, and I think that makes a really compelling story. I just feel like they could have done it a little bit better. And the ending just it didn't work for me. I felt like there was a better way to end the whole story. But yeah, it's a fun time. It's a good they say it's a horror comedy. I think it's more like a thriller with some comedic moments. But yeah, I ended up giving it 3 stars on Letterboxd out of 5. I know I'm probably in the minority on that one, but I think it's good. It's not great. It's a little bit below good. It's okay. Closer to good, but an okay film. I think I'm going to give it somewhere in the high 60s for me. There was just a lot of stuff that just didn't work for me. But I am happy to see that The Iron Lung was the #1 movie in America. I will be reviewing The Iron Lung in a full solo episode. I'm very excited to talk about that. Shout out to Markiplier. Just changing the game for everyone that's a YouTube creator looking to move into Hollywood. So that's my thoughts on Send Help. Moving on to the next film in this, and that is Jason Statham's new film, The Shelter, which was directed by Rick Roman Wall. It's Jason Statham. I mean, these movies are almost always the exact same. Jason Statham, former Special Forces, he was the best of what they did, and then he wasn't, and they left. Well, this is the same thing. He was an assassin for the U.S. government, and he eventually decides not to kill the British government, I'm sorry. And he decides not to go through and take out one of the targets, and he gets into trouble, and he leaves, and he can't be part of them anymore. Years go by, and he now lives on this remote island, and he just lives, it's a lighthouse, and this uncle and his niece drop off his food and supplies for him every week, and he never comes out to see them, and she leaves a present for him. He doesn't take it, so she finally takes it to the door. They meet. Uncle dies in a shipwreck right off the island. He saves the girl who's drowning. Now people are going to want to look for him, and he's been trying to live off the lam, and you know how these movies go from there. A lot of gunfights, a lot of fist fights. Jason Statham is just iconic in these kind of movies for me. That's why every single time I will go and watch these movies. But going into this one, I did have a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth from what happened with The Working Man. A concept that I thought was fun with Jason Statham, which ended up being probably the weakest of the Jason Statham action movies recently for me. I just didn't think it worked, especially coming off The Beekeeper, which I really enjoyed. But this one's currently sitting at 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 65% on Rotten Tomatoes, 91% on Google, and 88 on Fandango, and has an 88% audience score. People will go out to see Jason Statham kick ass, and it shows. These movies are just so much fun. And this one specifically, I think they did a really good job with all the action set pieces. I feel like the stunts were really cool. And with a Jason Statham, it doesn't tend to feel... What's the right word? It doesn't always feel like there's like emotion behind it, but you actually, to me at least, you felt the emotion in this one, and you felt that there was caring made in this one. It didn't just feel like a boring action movie. There was a little bit of emotion behind it, and I really enjoyed that. And I think that's something that they have to do with these movies. It's what makes them better than what they should be. And Jason Statham, along with that, makes them better than what they should be. Bill Nighy's in this. That was really cool to see. He plays the villain in it. It was very well done by him. Naomi Aki's in it. She was really good in it. They're really the only main 3 characters of this. Daniel Mays is also in it, and Tom Wu. They have much smaller roles, but everyone is really good in this. Jason Statham just has this charisma to him when he's on screen doing these action movies. And I feel like they're always January or February releases. But nonetheless, I thought this was a really good time. If you were looking for a shut your brain off, put a movie on, Shelter's that movie for you, so please go see it in theaters. Make sure to support these kinds of movies, and I feel like people always talk about... Sorry. people always talk about, like, you need to go to the movie and support this movie, support this movie. These kind of movies are what I feel like keeps theaters and cinema, like, alive. Are these movies like Jason Statham's doing, which are just these smaller action movies. And I want to remember what the company, I think it's Black Bear Productions. They don't have it on here. But they are just fun movies, and I feel like they always turn a profit. And these are the kind of movies where just go have fun with your boys. Go have a couple drinks. Go to the movies. If you're a smoker, go smoke some weed. Go see the movie. It's a really, really fun time. I am a diehard Jason Statham action hero guy. And I wasn't sure if this one was bad. I was probably going to not go see the next one in theaters because that would have been 2 in a row. But Shelter brought me right back in. I was very excited. I was enjoying myself. Jason Statham kicks so much ass in this one. And I can't wait to see what he does next. I gave this one also 3 stars on Letterboxd. A very different kind of 3 stars. We send help in this. But I thought Shelter was really good. And to the last movie that I'm talking about. And that is going to be The Wrecking Crew, starring Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista. This was directed by Angel Manuel Soto, and it was produced by Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista, Jeff Fierceman, Lynn Harris, Matt Reeves, which when I saw that in the credits, very shocking to me. It stars Monaco Baccarin, Jacob Batalone, and as I said, Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa. They play estranged brothers who are brought together with the death of their father. Jason Momoa's character Johnny plays a cop on a reservation, while Dave Bautista plays a Navy SEAL who is now in charge of Buds. For those who don't know, Buds is the training to become a Navy SEAL. And this movie is so much fun. I wish I could have saw it on the big screen, but it's on Prime Video, and this is a good action comedy. This is a buddy cop movie done right, which I feel like nowadays we don't see these style of movies done as much. But it's currently sitting at a 6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 6.5 out of 10 on Prime Video, a 49 on Google, which is absolutely ridiculous, with a 75% on Rotten Tomatoes, 75 critic, and a 68 audience, which I think is funny, because going off of what I think scoring these, the worst movie is what I think is the best one, which is The Wrecking Crew. I think it was the best movie that I watched this week. It was so enjoyable. The stunts were awesome. It's violent. It's funny as hell. I think Jason Momoa and Dave Bautista have great chemistry. And I'm one of those people that doesn't feel like every movie needs a sequel. I really want a sequel to this movie because I want to see more of these two. Just chopping it up, beating the shit out of people. And the consistent joke of how they stand out like sore thumbs is so funny because I feel like in action movies, get this big hulking dude and they just act like he can hide in plain sight. Neither one of these two can hide. And the set piece of being in Hawaii looked beautiful. And the villain worked for me. I mean, the action sequences, there's a scene pretty early on with Jason Momoa. It is so well done. And I just want to see more and more and more of these two working together. Oh my gosh. I would also like to see more of Angel Manuel Soto, the director of this film. I think he does a really great job with camera work and the way that he directs them. It seems like a very fun set to be a part of. He's letting these two guys just be themselves. They love motorcycles. Jason Momoa is drinking in almost every single scene, and he's drinking so much Guinness. And if you know anything about Jason Momoa, he loves his Guinness. This movie was so much fun. I highly, highly, highly recommend people go and check it out. It is like another version. It's like Lethal Weapon. It's Rush Hour. It's all these great buddy cop movies that are just brought together into this really fun action set piece. And it feels at times like a huge epic like action, but then it has smaller scenes. Not like an epic like The Odyssey, but like just bigger set pieces, lots of explosions. But when it really thrives is when it's the smaller action set pieces, when it's all practically done. And my biggest issue with this film is a very specific scene on a bridge. It's a chase scene. It just looked very weird. I feel like that came down to the budget that they had because the CGI, just the visual effects in total didn't look great. But outside of that sequence, I think it looks so good from beginning to end. Just the way that they're able to visualize it and plan out these action sets and the way that they break bones and they shoot and they stab. It all feels very in your face in the best way possible. That it was just a really, really fun time. And the fact that they're fighting the Yakuza, also just a really cool idea. Just please go make sure to check out this film. It's currently on Amazon Prime. And and I hope you guys all enjoy it. Now, that is everything I have for the first half of this episode, so please stay tuned. We're going to be talking about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, and Ryan will be there for that half of the episode. It's the second half of this episode now, and we're here to talk about A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, the new series in the Game of Thrones universe. Welcome, Ryan. You're a little bit late to this half of the episode.
Yeah, second half. You meant you recorded a whole half of the episode before.
I did.
Okay. Cool.
We need to try some. Need to keep it fresh.
Yeah, do something new. Yeah, something stupid like that.
Shut up.
Good.
So, again, we're here to talk about Night of the Seven Kingdoms, Episode 3. The show is currently sitting at an 8.3 out of 10 on IMDb, a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, with an 66 on Google. Jesus. Dude, The Wrecking Crew is a 49 on Google. I didn't even know movies get that low on Google.
That's kind of crazy.
The fun action movie, I thought for sure was going to be the highlight for people. No,
of course not.
But how you doing, Ryan?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing great. I'm doing just going. Big thumbs up.
This episode was titled The Squire. It was directed by Sarah Adina Smith. It was released on Sunday. And
Sweet.
What did you think on this, Ryan? What did you think of this episode, Ryan?
I thought it was another good episode. I'm just still kind of feeling the show. It's been good. Just a nice, solid, fun episode.
I agree.
I don't know about fun, but it was a good episode.
It was a good episode. It had a very sad scene in it. Poor horse.
It had a couple, yeah.
But I really liked that this episode let us see, like, it kind of gave us, like, Egg's perspective on everything. And dude, that kid is a standout. I love him. He's so good in this role. And
yeah, I love the opening when he's just playing with the horse and he's like practicing. It's like,
he's
you need a new
spear.
Here you go. Yeah, you need a new lance.
I like that he was. So was he just trying to make loud noises to get the horse ready to deal with a crowd?
I think so. Yeah. You gotta prepare the horse.
One kid.
Yeah, imagine the horse goes in there and freaks out, and you're done. It's over.
I think it might still freak out. I don't think the one kid yelling at it's gonna match the energy.
Yeah.
But I agree. I think the show continues to just be a really fun time. I really like that it's like, to me, every time I watch it, we talked about last episode, that it's like the extras. It's like the background characters in Game of Thrones. And you're kind of seeing more into their thing. And the joke still with the flies is so funny to me. Mm-hmm. I love that it's just so nasty and dirty, and no one wants to actually live in this time period.
Everything is just disgusting. It sucks. Nothing's good. There's nothing good.
Well, they got cool like shows.
Yeah, they do have a cool show. Except when they play a show and the guy comes in and says, "Hey, can't do this show. You die now." That's what happens in this episode. They have a show. Yeah, they have a show, and he's like, "You have to die. Sorry, you played the wrong show."
This was not the show for me.
No.
But I like that we quickly find out that Duncan's all ready. He's ready to go. He's hyped up. He's nervous. And the Egg's like, "Yeah, you can't join yet." He's like, "It's not even you can't even go yet." He's like, "Why have I been throwing up all morning then?"
Yeah.
But the jokes just have really been working for me. I think it's a very funny show. And I think their banter is what I really like so far.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. And I like another like hint at who Egg really is when he's singing the song about all the Targaryens, like the Blackfires and stuff, everybody who went against him. Like this lowborn kid wouldn't know that song. It's not.
Would have no idea.
No, he wouldn't know all the words to it. It's just another good thing. And the fact that he knows already that Dunk isn't going to be able to compete this day because it's just the Highborns and renowned.
Why would you know that if you're just a little farm boy?
Yeah, exactly. He's not very good at hiding it, but Dunk, I think it's a mix of Dunk being an idiot and also it being like, this kid wouldn't be a fucking Targaryen. That'd be crazy. This is just a kid. This kid's nobody.
I was shocked how early they told everyone.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just going to be. We'll see what happens when everybody else figures it out.
How many episodes is this?
6, right?
Oh, I guess so. It's the halfway point. So I guess 6, it's not that early on.
Maybe
and they already got renewed for season 2, which is exciting.
Yeah. Did you see the plans that he was talking about? Like his hope for how long? I forget his name.
The director of this?
Yeah, the showrunner. Did you see how long he wants it to go?
No.
He said about 15 seasons.
What the hell? Wait.
He said he wants to do.
Is he the Mad King? Or am I crazy? No,
he's
not
the Mad
right.
King's dad or uncle.
Yeah, because I mean, this is. Oh yeah, he's definitely not the Mad King. This is 90 years before the events of Game of Thrones.
He's remember Maester Aemon at the wall.
Yeah,
old guy, blind guy, Targaryen. That's Egg's brother.
Oh,
just to give you a little like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know why it says the Mad King. Timeline did not match up at all in that one.
No, but that bloodline though.
Yeah, same bloodline.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
They
I mean,
from
Targaryens,
there though,
that shit goes in a circle. It doesn't really matter. It's not. Yeah.
It looks like
There's not a lot of branches on that tree. Yeah.
There's one branch and everyone else just lives on it.
Mm-hmm.
They but as they're moving through the town, Dunk is taken by Plumber to talk to him. Plumber wants him to win a fight that's already rigged for him to win. He wants Lord Ashford's son wants to just recoup the money and then throw away lose.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I like that we get to see pretty early on that Duncan doesn't want to win that way. He wants to win like a real knight and really earn his spot there. But you are seeing that he has a little bit of he could be swayed a little bit.
Yeah. He's kind of thinking about it, but his honor is still, he's a very honorable man. He's a good dude. But I do like, you can kind of see him be like, that's not a bad deal. Like, shit, fuck. But no, he's...
Yeah, because then he would automatically be so much more popular to everyone, and he would be considered a real knight.
Yeah.
I like the scene when they run into the fortune teller, and he's like, you will become a great knight. And he's like, oh, great. He's like, how about Egg? He's like, you'll become king and die in a fiery death.
Yeah. Which is exactly what happened. I mean, yeah. She got both of them right.
She, and the fact that Egg's like, what? Why would you say that?
Yeah.
The most fair reaction to being told you're going to get burned to death.
Mm-hmm. Which, again, the Targaryens are known for dreaming and all this prophecy stuff. So, of course, he, Dunk, just being a normal dude, is like, hi, isn't that funny, the fortune teller? And he's like, that shit's real. He actually believes in it because of his family.
Yeah, because he just knows the stories of all of his family.
Yeah, he's seen it before.
What I thought was funny, was when he's singing the song, he just full on spoils the future of House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
For those who weren't paying attention, if you want to go,
book came out a couple years ago.
Yeah, book came out a bit ago. But they, if you want to know, go back and watch the beginning of the episode. He tells you exactly what's going to happen. And if you don't want to know, don't go back and watch it, and we won't say exactly what it is. But I just thought it was funny that they full on were like, yeah, man, fuck House of the Dragon. We're just going to sing this.
He does bring up the Blackfires in that song, right? Towards the end, did he?
Yeah, I think at the very end, right?
I thought so, yeah.
And then another...
Which is cool, because a Blackfire Rebellion show. And either one of them.
I think we'll get something.
Would be awesome. Maybe eventually. It would be so big. You know what I mean?
It would be so expensive.
Yeah. And it's something they cut from the main show, so it's like, do you do the whole story and just say like, well, then it stops. We forgot to include the kind of bits of it that are in the books. Like that fucking idiot kid sailing over. Just nothing.
But yeah, no, I think this show has been really consistently good. I'm just really excited to see how good can it get. Like, can it be in that same category of like a Game of Thrones and a House of the Dragon level of quality? Like, can it be serious enough to be like that, or is it more? It doesn't want to be that, and it wants to be more lighthearted and easier of a watch.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious what's going to happen in like the finale. Like, I think you and I both know what kind of happens, how this season is probably going to end at the end of the tournament. But I'm interested to see how far they go with that. Like you were saying, is it going to be like, are they going to make it dark and like Game of Thronesy, or is it going to be still this, it's not going to be lighthearted, but are they going to go on the easier side? But I really don't think they will. Just seeing what they've shown so far, it's like they got a lot of everything. They're not shying away. This is much more like happy-go-lucky kind of fun Game of Thrones stuff with like small folk and stuff, and this big guy little guy relationship. But at the same time, they've still kept it true to Game of Thrones. Like that horse gets impaled and it fucking sprays everywhere.
It's still bloody as hell.
Crazy. Yeah. So it's been pretty impressive to watch as they've kind of mixed that Game of Thrones what we expect from a Game of Thrones show with this somewhat later tone. But they've done it really well.
Yeah, no, and I think the way that this episode ends was really exciting, and I felt like it was a good midway point for the show. And just now that I know it's the midway point of the show, and I felt like people who don't know anything about Game of Thrones, I would really like to see their, like, how they felt when that got announced, like that they, what he says. What's his name? Aeron? That's the Targaryen?
Arian is the one who was...
Arian, not Aeron.
Yeah. Aeron?
I really like his mask. I think it's pretty cool that it is an actual mold. It is his face. He was talking about in the interview. They like molded it, and he said it was really cool for him to like get to wear it. And I think it looks pretty cool because the Targaryens always wear their crazy armor. But what a piece of shit, right? Just stabbing the horse.
Yeah.
Do you win if you kill the horse?
I don't know. I always thought yes when it happens in other stuff, but the way the crowd reacted made me think no. Like or maybe they were all betting on him, and they're like, "You motherfucker." Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. I don't know the rules of medieval jousting, but I can try to look those up for future episodes.
He's also what's it called? He's also the prince, right?
Yes. Yeah, I believe
what's his name again? I don't want to say what I keep thinking. Arian.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like him though. I'm excited to see more of his character. He has a very punchable face.
He does.
Got that like jawline that I feel like everyone who has it always looks like a little bit of a douche. So I feel like you can punch him in the face and bring joy to me. But he is. I agree. I think every Targaryen so far that we've seen in Game of Thrones normally is always like a fun character because they're a little more on the crazier side of things. So I think it's gonna be fun to see where this goes because I mean he struck a prince. It can't go up from here. But maybe Egg can get him out of the situation, and that's how we'll get to the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's going to go up to the Targaryen. I think it's Baelor Targaryen, the guy that we've been seeing a couple times. The guy who gave Dunk the blessing to be a knight and fight in the tournament. It's going to come down to him, so it's going to be interesting to see him make that decision for Dunk. Obviously, Egg's going to be there and be like, hey, let this guy go. He's my friend. But it'll be interesting seeing how that goes down.
Yeah, I wonder what
you're right.
Dad's
you hit a prince, you're like, you don't really get to walk away.
Yeah, from just striking a prince. Even though he deserved to get sucker punched.
He did, but he can do whatever the fuck he wants.
That is also very true.
It's not law and order.
But yeah, I like that scene that we learn more about Raymond and the Squire Raymond and his distaste for the Targaryens. The joke that he makes about Targaryens got to laugh out loud for me. That was very funny. But I think just seeing his character and the way his character is, where he seems a little more lighthearted, I don't have high hopes for his character making out of this season or maybe the next season. Not. Those kind of characters never make it. Yeah. But yeah, the way that it all comes to a head is that Egg goes to watch one of Tansel's performances that portray a dragon being killed. Feeling insulted, though, Arian breaks Tansel's finger, which leads to Egg running and finding Duncan and saying that he's hurting her. And then he goes in, sucker punches him, gets held down, and Arian prepares to have him curb stomped, which was good. I thought they were going to actually do for a second, and then I realized he's the lead of the show, so it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
And Egg orders the guards to stop and reveals that he is Arian's brother, making him a Targaryen. Which I think is... And first of all, the pan-out shots, I don't know why. If you really think about it, it just kind of doesn't make any sense why everyone's just sitting there in silence in real life. But they always just look cool to me, where it's like almost like a freeze frame of like where we're going to go. But I thought it was a very good ending to the episode and made me very excited. This episode made me want to sit down for next week's, like, as soon as it strikes 9 o'clock, hit play and, like, get back into it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
How about you? What are your thoughts on the ending?
I mean, I thought it was good as well. I'm, very much excited to see where next week goes. I thought it was done well. I think maybe for somebody who isn't familiar with it, could have used a little more explanation for why he was beating Tanzel up for doing that. But it was just because It was just because in the play she killed a dragon, and he's like, "Well, I'm fucking Targaryen. I am a dragon. You don't get to do that." That was kind of it. But I feel like in the show, maybe I just missed something, zoned out for a second, and just missed it. But they didn't say anything. He was just like, "This is fucked up. You're getting hit."
Yeah, he doesn't say anything. Like, everyone else kind of like backed away.
Yeah, and it's kind of you can it's kind of implied that it was the dragon, and Targaryen walked in, didn't like it. But yeah, I'm excited for where next week goes and the rest of the season. I think, like you said earlier, the standout has been Egg and Dunk. Just their relationship and the way both of those characters are being played is just perfect. I like both of them a lot. And everybody else, I'm excited to see more Lionel Baratheon, hopefully.
So we got even a quick in this scene episode, of him just small out. Part, just jamming out,
doing nothing, just having a good time. He's the man.
Standout. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Excited. No, you go.
Another scene I really liked is when they're sitting on the hill talking, and Egg asks if he can be a squire full time after this, and he's like, "If you win." And Boy's like, "I'm not buying you another ale." He's like, "I don't want one." I thought that whole sequence was very funny. And then later on, you see him drinking ale again. So I just thought it was a nice little come back around for the story. But I'm really excited for the show. I think it's been really good. I wanted, because I only talk to you about it, because you're the only person I know that watches it. But my dad says he's going to watch it. So I'm excited to see other people we know's reaction to it. I know Connor will watch it because Connor's a big Game of Thrones guy. But I am excited to see, like, outside of us, what are people thinking about it? And I wonder if it's hitting as well as it is with us so far.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I hope it is. I haven't really seen much of people talking about it, but I don't know. I don't see how you can dislike this. I think it's a fun thing.
Yeah, I feel like it's good violence. It's funny. Got a little bald kid wandering around.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I like that he's like, I cut my hair off. He's like, in my head, he was born that way. And that's how he hit it. I didn't remember him cutting his hair.
Yeah. I like that. He's like, I didn't want to look like you, asshole. That was good.
What did he call him? He wasn't exactly a twerp. But it was something like in my head, it was like calling someone a twerp.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have nothing else to add. If you don't have anything to add about this episode.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, well, make sure to go check out A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. It is on HBO Max, and episodes drop on Sundays at 9 o'clock. But before we get out of here, Ryan, what would you recommend to everyone this week?
It's kind of a cop-out, and I'm gonna own up to that immediately.
Can't say Game of Thrones, you already said that.
I'm just doing a specific episode.
That's not how this works. Find something else.
I was watching Watchers on the Wall. House of the Dragon. No. What am I? Well, I'm screwed now. What do I possibly say? I'm not signed in.
I'm going to recommend Gladiator.
Gladiator?
What a banger movie. I like the second one. Definitely has some inaccuracies in it, but it's a good time. Go watch the first one. It's not as good, but it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's fun.
Or watch Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon's always there for you.
I know. I might watch it after this.
Never miss out
on clip from it. People said they fan casted it. They would cast Chris Pratt as Riggs. I would jump in front of a car.
Who would you have play Riggs today?
If I could have anyone play Martin Riggs, I need someone that can portray some like sadness. Give me like, give me like a Dylan O'Brien. Can be funny, but he can get that. I feel like he has the acting chops for it. Because you gotta be charismatic, handsome, and be able to play the depressed look. Chris Pratt can't play a depressed guy. He plays Garfield.
Yeah. And Mario.
He has been in the Mario movie. And I'm very excited for the second Mario movie.
He's in Mario.
I don't even like the first one.
Well, you were talking about what's his name? Riggs. I can't think of his name now. Braveheart. I'm recommending Braveheart.
I was going to recommend Braveheart.
Yeah, Braveheart and Gladiator. That's it.
It's a dynamic duo right there. That's a great double feature. Go watch them back to back.
And then watch The Patriot after. Watch The Patriot.
And then go watch The Dark Knight.
Where the hell did that come from?
Heath Ledger, baby.
No.
I thought you were gonna make a connection from the Dark Knight.
And then you can go watch. Yeah, you can watch Jurassic Park 3 because the kid from that is in The Patriot. He's one of the sons. I was watching The Patriot. I was like, this is a fucking piece of shit from Jurassic Park 3. It's not the one that gets shot either. I was pissed about that. I thought it was gonna be him. It's the other kid.
What a
one of the 7.
Random call out. Well,
I swear to God, I was watching. I did my thing where I was like, I know that kid. Jurassic Park 3. I knew it.
Out of any movie you could have recognized someone from.
Now, what can you get from Jurassic Park 3? What can you recommend?
Go watch The Fly with Jeff Goldblum.
He's not in Jurassic Park 3. Is he in the beginning? No,
he's not. Then go watch Shameless with William H. Macy.
That's funny because you know what I was gonna do? I was gonna say my Martin Riggs, little Jeremy Allen White, ripback.
Oh, he could do it.
And I'm gonna be honest, that is not off acting. He doesn't look like Mel Gibson per se, but he's kind of got like the hair, nose.
Yeah.
You know,
you need the long hair if you're gonna play Riggs.
Yeah,
though.
He looks like he could be batshit insane. You know what I mean? He does.
I feel like he is. Robert Pattinson as Riggs.
Yeah, we've already seen him play sad, ecstatic, like, you know, erratic is what I meant to say. Smoke a shit ton of cigarettes. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bad pick. Jeremy Allen White.
He's got it in the bag. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Go watch all those movies we just listed. Go watch Shameless. And make sure to follow us on all the social media accounts that I plugged in the beginning of the episode. And we will see you next week when we talk about episode 4. And hopefully Wonder Man. I haven't watched it yet, but suppose it's really good.
I haven't either. I have to.
Yeah, it's getting good reviews. So we will see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for checking us out. And stay tuned for more updates.
Bye.